Okay, so we're about to go canvassing. So a lot of you say, well, what do you take when you go canvassing? So ladies, I don't take my purse. I leave my purse in the car. But what I do take is I take my phone. Why do I take my phone? I use it for a calculator. I also use it if I'm walking around a big shopping center and I come upon a store that I want to do some research about before I walk in the store. Then I will take a look on my phone, my car key, put it in my pocket, my sunglasses, I'm in South Florida, my hair tie, I'm in South Florida, and a pen. I don't leave business cards. So those of you that know me know that if the store owner walks in and goes to their office in the back of the store and there's a little red Azor Advisory Services business card on his table, he's not going to know what that is and he's going to throw it away. So instead, I take my flyers. The first flyer is my multi-property flyer so that I can go in and say, hey, I have shopping centers in the area. What are your expansion plans? And they have a map on the back. All of this stuff is on my website, by the way, these flyers, if you want to see examples close up. Then if I have a specific flyer on one of these properties, I will bring those also. So like here, Shops of Arrowhead is one of the top, and then this is the Shops of Arrowhead flyer with the site plan. So if they go, yeah, we like Shops of Arrowhead, I pull that out. I have a soon-to-be bank coming available. It's an out parcel. That's something special. I have that flyer. And the last flyer that I have is a former hair salon flyer because it has infrastructure. So if I'm walking by a lash studio, a hair salon, a barber, I pulled that out. So, and how do I carry them? I just have this nifty Mickey Mouse. Just a very easy portfolio. And then why do I carry my pen? Because when they give me their business cards, if I'm in a big shopping center where I'm going to hit 20 people, I will put notes on the back of the business card that then I know you know what I'll do with those notes. I will put them in my CRM. So, and then I also, people say, what do you wear? So I'm not wearing a business suit, right? I have my Azor Advisory polo shirt, khaki pants, I have flat shoes, and I have pockets, really important pockets. And then when I get the business cards, they go in this little, in my portfolio little pocket. So that's it, really easy. We're ready to go. Are you ready to come with me? It's gonna be fun. You will all start out in your car, and I have my flyers here. And you're going to see me, if they give me the opportunity, where I'm kind of pushing this document in their face because in sales, they don't want to talk to me. I'm a salesperson. If I can get them to look at the flyer and then again, turn it around and say, these are where the locations are, their focus is somewhere else, which is great because then I can look around, get a feel for the operation, see if I'm even interested. It might be a Taj Mahal inside. And that's why it's so much fun canvassing, because you never know what you're gonna find out. It's like a box of chocolate. Come on in and watch the show. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
I own shopping centers in the area. Have you ever thought about expanding?
Actually, I have recently, yes.
Awesome. I'm Beth.
I'm Ben.
Ben, hi. So is it a gym? So what do you do?
It's physical therapy, but sometimes I take people that past injuries, more like strength and conditioning after that. But we were looking at getting a bigger space is what we're really looking for.
Oh, that's great. So I have a few shopping centers. I own these shopping centers. Are you familiar with Shops of Arrowhead, where the Panera Bread and the Mission Barbecue is?
Yes.
I've got space there. Like when so here you are in more of a warehouse park. Are you looking for a warehouse park? Or?
I don't want to be storefront.
You don't want to be storefront. Okay. Well, that's all I have is storefront. But very exciting that you want to expand. How long have you been here?
It's been 10 years now. Yeah.
And why do you want to move?
I'm kind of growing out of it. I need ideally double the space.
So how many square feet do you have?
It's 1,000 square foot here.
And you want about 2,000?
Yeah, I feel like I maxed everything out from where I currently am.
But you want a warehouse area?
Ideally, big open space.
Have you thought about trying to expand here?
I have in the past, but it just didn't work out at the time. But now I have neighbors on every single corner.
Well, if you change your mind, I own shopping centers. So I own the Panera Bread shopping center.
Right.
I also own where Tower Deli is. Do you know where that is?
Yes.
In Sunrise Pita. We're going to do $1.5 million renovation on that plaza this year.
Wow.
So if you, why don't you want storefront? I'm just curious.
I don't always have a receptionist, so I don't want just people walking in out of the blue. I usually like to be kind of hidden. And also my clientele, they kind of just like to be hidden too.
They want to be hidden too.
Yeah, like sometimes I get athletes, elite athletes, like they don't want to be like walking in a major
I see.
front.
Well, I'm sorry that I can't help you, but do you mind if I leave this for you? Because if you change your mind, or if you know some of your celebrity athletes, maybe they want to open some businesses. I am the owner of those shopping centers. I would love to talk to them.
Great.
Well, Ben, nice meeting you.
Thank you for coming
Do you
by.
have a card? So
I do, right up front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice meeting you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay. So what happened in there was he didn't want to be in a shopping center. So did you hear me try to convince him to change? No. Did I offer the option that maybe one day he might want to consider it? Sure. And I left him a flyer because I have them to hand out. So my goal is 30 business cards or 3 hours, whichever comes first. He may have a client that walks in tomorrow that says, I'm looking for space in the area, and he's got my flyer. So didn't try to convince him. You saw I was in and out very fast. Bing, bang, boom. Love the use. Would love to have the use in the shopping center, but he wasn't interested. I'm not going to try to convince him otherwise. That's not how you cultivate relationships, by trying to change their mind. So that's it. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I own shopping centers in the area. I was wondering if you would be interested in opening more locations, if you're happy here.
I'm not the owner, actually.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
I'm not, but I'd be happy to pass the information.
That would be great. How long have you guys been here?
About 4 years now.
Oh, awesome. Have you ever heard that they might want more locations or more space?
Nope.
You haven't heard? Okay.
No.
Do you have a business card?
I do.
Can I grab one?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So you see that she didn't have time. She wasn't interested. What you didn't see me do was hang out and try to convince her. Hi.
Hello.
I am Beth. I own some shopping centers in the area. Wanted to find out if you were happy here.
You know, I'm not going to say
open?
I'm completely unhappy, but I don't know that I'm all that happy either anymore. Yes.
Okay, I'm Beth.
Andy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You've been here a long time.
Yeah.
So I am the person who owns the shopping centers up the street. I hope you're familiar with them, where Las Spadas is.
Yeah.
Our
Obviously.
deli. I have some vacancies there. How many square feet is your space here?
2,000.
Would you want the same, bigger, smaller?
I really can't go smaller. I would say the same to a little bigger, and kind of give or take the same. Not any smaller. I don't.
So I
do that.
have 2,300 square feet next
that would
door.
work. Interesting.
It's the old Sprint. Maybe you remember when Sprint Cellular was over there?
I do.
Yes.
How's parking?
So parking is not great because of all of the tenants that do a lot of good stuff. But
Right.
I've got a nail salon doing almost $2 million there. So they cause a lot of parking problems, but they bring in a lot of traffic.
Right.
Is your customer mostly women?
No, I'd say it's 50-50.
Okay.
A lot of women, a lot of men that are in trouble with women.
There you go. At that go to Las Spadas, maybe.
Yes.
So yeah, parking is not great, but how's your parking here? It's kind of tight.
It's kind of tight here too. It's not, as long as it's not horrible, that works. Because
Now, what I'll tell you is where Tower Deli is, I have a lot more parking, and we are doing the $1.5 million renovation up there. The problem is, Andy, I don't have the 2,200 yet, but I might have it in about a year.
we can look at both. I mean, I know the shopping center we talked about first, and it's an attractive shopping center.
We just painted it.
Yes, well, it's just, I like it. I like the way it's laid out. It's very visible from the street, which
Yeah.
is something I've always liked about
Yeah,
it.
I see you have extra signage here.
Yeah, I had to get that when I first moved in for that
That's
reason.
so smart, right? I mean, because not everyone has that here. So
Well, nobody had it here until I moved in, and then I said to that car landlord, I said, well, I want to put a sign. He said, what do you mean? I put him in my car, and I said, let's drive over. So you see, that's what those things were originally for. And that's how that came about.
oh, so smart. So at Arrowhead, everyone has big signage like that.
Yeah, I like it. No, I'm definitely interested in talking about that.
So is your lease coming up? Are you month to month? Or
I think it's coming up towards the end of the year. So your timing is actually pretty good.
Awesome. So do you want me to follow up? You want to set a time now to come see me?
Knowing me, you set it up because I'll
Okay.
forget.
Do you want to do it now? Do you have a
Sure.
calendar? Okay.
Sure.
How about I actually set up a time with your neighbor for Friday morning at 9:30. What about 10:30?
Friday is coming.
Yeah.
This coming Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can work that out.
Okay, perfect. So just meet me over there. Do you know where the Sprint store was?
I do.
Okay, so, and I do have an extra flyer just for that property, because that's my flyer for all my shopping centers. So, are you a Canes fan? Because you know
I have to be. Yes, I was there.
Okay, so this is the space right here.
Yeah.
And you can see it's $23.75.
Do you know, I will tell you, when I was originally looking at this spot,
Yeah.
I looked at that spot with,
Really?
with a previous landlord or two, and I almost took it, but the lease he gave me was ridiculous.
Oh.
He
Should we talk about that?
Well, he wanted to, look, he wanted the combinations for my safe. At that point, believe it or not, and that's when I said,
Really?
okay, really.
That's like against the law, isn't it?
I have no idea, but
I don't even want a key. I don't even get a key.
he
for my
wanted the
tenant.
keys to my store and he wanted the combination for my safe, and that's why I didn't, otherwise I'd probably have been there now.
Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
So you want to talk about rents? I don't know what your rents are here, but my rents there are $40 a square foot.
You know what? I don't know what they are because the bookkeeper handles,
Okay.
who happens to be the wife.
Okay.
So I'll talk to her and I'll be ready for that when I talk to you on
Okay.
Friday.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Pleasure.
Do you have a business card?
I do. Let me get it
Okay,
for you.
Awesome. I'm going to leave you these flyers, okay?
Excellent.
And again, like I said, I'm the owner of the property, so you're dealing, directly with me.
That's what I want to deal with perfectly.
Okay.
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you.
Pleasure.
So that was great. He has a new owner of the shopping center. He's a little concerned. He's not sure. When you hear that, that's when you got to try to get the appointment. I had the right size space. He told me when his lease was coming up. He didn't know the rent, so we'll follow up on that. But I shared with him my rents. Parking was a big issue for him. So I set the appointment for 9:30 on Friday or 10:30 on Friday. I did not set it for lunchtime because my parking lot is crazy at lunchtime. So be smart with that. When you hear that they have sensitivities, be thinking on the fly, okay, I'm not going to set an appointment for lunchtime when I have no parking spaces available. Now, am I being like a bait and switch on that? I don't think I am, because really it's only busy at lunchtime, kind of like what he has here. So he's got to do his own due diligence also, but we want to show our properties in the best light available. So it's important, again, to listen to their concerns and then make sure you show your property at the right time. Excuse me. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you today? Welcome to Canesville.
Thank you. I own shopping centers in the area. Are you looking for more locations?
I don't think so.
No?
No, not really.
What about in some other areas?
No, really. It's, we love where we're at. Great landlords, and we're not looking to really go anywhere else right
Okay.
now.
Do you mind if I leave you a flyer? I own some properties in the
Absolutely. We'd
area.
love to look at it. Thank you so much.
You might know someone that might be looking.
Absolutely. If I see
Okay.
someone, I'll pass it
Do you have a
along.
business card by any chance?
Sure.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So he wasn't the owner, and I tried to get some information, but he just really wasn't participating. So again, just try to leave the flyer, and you never know. Maybe I'll get surprised and get a call. So while I'm sitting in the parking lot before I leave, got the email, and I'm going to say, hi, just stopped by. I dropped off a flyer. I own shopping centers in the area, or for you guys that are leasing agents and brokers, I rep shopping centers or properties in the area. And if you are looking for more locations, if you need more square footage, I left a flyer. Please, happy to chat with you. And I'm going to email him right now before I leave the property. So why is it important to canvas? We want to fill our shopping centers with experienced people. I know you all agree with that. Of course, we will entertain the startup mom and pops. But if you had a choice between a startup mom and pop and an experienced operator, wouldn't we all want the experienced operator? All of us in retail leasing, we have one job. Our job is to increase the value of the rent roll of the property. Well, we probably will have a better luck doing that if we bring in experienced operators. So where do these people exist? In other shopping centers. We can literally just go across the street, down the street, a mile away, 3 miles away, in other Panera shopping centers, in other Home Depot shopping centers, and prospect people that already pay another landlord rent. So that's why canvassing is so important. Yes, we can DM them on Instagram and Facebook, which I am a huge fan of. And I love that because I can do 20 in 5 minutes watching Netflix, which you cannot canvass 20 people in 5 minutes. But you don't get to go in their stores when you DM them. This is live and in person in their store. You don't get to see the problems they have. When you walk into a store and you look up and you see major stained ceiling tiles and you say, oh, these people might have a roof leak. You may not see an overwhelming store full of merchandise where it obviously gives you an idea that they need more space. You won't see very, very thin shelving and thinking these people aren't even going to be in business next month. You won't see a dentist that has 43 people in their waiting room and people are double parked in the parking lot and the patients are complaining to the front desk because there's nowhere to park. And you happen to have a former dentist space with plenty of parking in your shopping center. I was in a restaurant recently in Cleveland where I really, really wanted to speak to this restaurant operator. I found the restaurant on Instagram, but could not figure out who the owner was. And so we went to eat there. And then when we were leaving the restaurant, I look up and there's a pylon sign with the restaurant's name on it. And then it said a blank, blank, blank subsidiary, which I had not found in all of my research. It was on the sign. I Googled the subsidiary and found the owner of the restaurant. I didn't find that when I was DMing and looking on Instagram. I found it when I was in their location, quasi-canvassing. I buy shopping centers. I want to buy more shopping centers. When I go and find a shopping center that is 100% leased and it's in a market that I know the rents are 40, and I start talking to the tenants and I find out that their rents are 20, that becomes a prospective acquisition for me. And if you are like me and buy shopping centers, great. But if you work as a leasing agent for someone who buys shopping centers, better, because you then get to go back and say, hey, when I was canvassing, I found this shopping center, it's 100% occupied, the rents are $20 below what I think the rents are in the market. And do you think that your boss would like that if you came in with that information? Abso-freaking-lutely. So canvassing, and it's fun. Go with a peer. Go with someone in your office. Go with a competitor. I've gone canvassing with my friendly competitors in the similar markets because she's got 12,000 square foot spaces and I have 1,200 square foot spaces. And guess what? You may cancel on yourself canvassing, you're never canceling on a competitor. So that's a little hack of mine for you guys to make sure to schedule it with your competitor because I know you won't cancel. People also say, well, when's the right time? When should we go? Just go, anytime. Most stores open at 10 and most stores close at 6 or 7. That's when you should be out prospecting, not working on 15-page LOIs at your desk. That's go time. That's sales time. Get out of your office. Go out if you need a restaurant space. If you have a restaurant space that you need to fill, every day you should be eating at a different restaurant space at lunch. Now, should you interrupt the owner or the chef during lunch? No. But you certainly on the way out after you pay can leave a flyer and say, oh, by the way, I have a restaurant space. Can you give this to whoever needs to see it? And then they'll know you were in the restaurant eating and paying. It's a beautiful thing. So ignore people that say, don't go in the restaurant at lunchtime to prospect. Of course, I'm not interrupting the chef or the owner, but I'm in there and I'm seeing what's going on. You cannot substitute information that you gather by being on site. You cannot do it. Hello.
Hi there.
Hey, hi. I'm Beth. I own shopping centers in the area. Have you ever thought about expanding?
I don't own the place. I'm kind of just working it. I'm
Okay.
up an email right now, but
Okay.
maybe I can pass the message along for you.
Sure. How long have you guys been here? Do you know?
I think it's been about 10 years.
Oh, awesome. Have you ever heard that they might want to expand or find a different location?
There's been talk about that.
Oh, awesome. Do you know if they would want to go in shopping centers? Or I know this is like a warehouse area.
I'm not exactly sure. I know it needs to be like a gym layout, but
Okay, well, are you familiar with my properties? This is where Panera Bread, La Spada's,
Oh yeah, of course.
Blaze Pizza. Do you come to my properties and eat there?
I've been there. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, these are the properties I own. If you want to pass it on, and if I would love to have, is this like a gym or what do you do here?
It's a bit of a gym. Physical therapy is primary, and then also like strength and conditioning as well.
Yeah, I mean, we would love, and do you think they would want this size? Do you think you're growing? They're
I think we
growing?
would be looking for a new place because it's getting bigger. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I would love to have you guys in my property. So if he or she is interested, you know, I would love to chat if you could give that to them.
If you want to take the card of the owner, it's up front.
Okay, perfect.
He responds best to email.
To email?
Yes.
Is it Ben?
Yes,
So Ben R. Corey's at peoplefirstpt.com.
that should be perfect.
Okay, perfect. And what's your name?
Matt,
Matt, I'm Beth.
nice to meet you.
So thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Sorry to interrupt.
All right, great. Take care.
Okay, so he said he wasn't the owner. He said his name was Matt. I have a feeling that that was the owner, Ben. But again, you don't make him wrong. You work him, you work the gatekeeper, you ask questions, you're very pleasant, and you get the business card and you get as much information as possible, and then you move on, in and out. You don't want to take up too much of their day. That's the stuff that ticks them off. So in and out, get as much information as possible, whether it's the gatekeeper or the owner, but a lot of times they're the owners. Hi, how are you? I own shopping centers in the area. I was wondering if you had any plans to expand, if you're happy here with your landlord, the rent, the location, the size of space.
To be honest with you, I am considering looking for a bigger space.
Oh, that's awesome. How many square feet do you have?
About 1,600.
And you are music instruction?
Yes.
How many people at one time are in here? Because that would, about parking, I'm thinking.
I would say roughly between 25 to 30.
At one time?
Depending on the class, yeah, because sometimes we have large group classes plus private lessons, and then sometimes we just have private lessons going on. So it varies.
Okay. So this shopping center actually has extra parking. So if you have 1,600, how many more square feet would you want?
I would consider even doubling the space.
Phenomenal. I have a 3,200 square foot space there. So can you tell me about what you pay in rent here?
Yes, I'm paying $6,000 right now.
I can do the 3,200 for only $8,000 a month. So doubling your space with only $2,000 extra.
Okay.
When's your lease up?
The lease is actually up in November, but I do have a couple of questions.
Sure, absolutely.
So one of the challenges that we have here in this space is that the air conditioning is not very good.
I can tell that, actually.
And being a performance academy, we're very active. And so for me, the air conditioning is a big factor.
So with most retail tenants, it's up to the tenant to, I'm sure it's your responsibility, right?
Correct.
Do you not want to buy a new one because your lease is coming up, or?
Yeah, we're almost outgrowing the space, so it doesn't make sense to go in and make that kind of investment.
Right. So what I would do is we would, on this space, I don't know the condition of the air conditioners, we would check that. And then if they are older than whatever, I would either replace them or I'd put in your lease that I would replace them. I'm not sure, because of the space, we had a tenant move out 3 months ago. They might have replaced the unit, but I would be very transparent. I'd get a report on it and we would discuss it in the negotiations.
Okay.
Can I look
Yeah,
at your
absolutely.
space?
Yeah.
So is it just one big open area?
We have one open area and then we have 3 private rooms.
And is this going to be, would this be the layout you would want?
Ideally, I would like to have an even bigger room.
Okay.
Because our group classes are growing. And
So how do you do the parking here with
the customers do complain sometimes, but we let them know that they can park over at the fire station. We have permission to park in that area.
Gotcha.
And we do the best that we can.
Well, I would love to show you the space. When is it good for you if you wanted to come look? Because November is around the corner,
Correct.
right? I mean, and the space right now is not built out like this. We could create it, but it was it's a medical place. So there's a lot of different rooms. So it would take some time. So if we couldn't get you in by November, can you extend here for 6 months? Do you think they would let you?
I'm not sure, but I'd be willing to ask if,
Okay.
if everything makes sense.
I'd love to show you the space. When are you available?
For me, weekday mornings are the best.
Okay. How about Friday morning at 9:30?
9:30 in the morning? Yeah, I can do that.
By the way, I'm Beth.
Vanessa.
Oh, Vanessa. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry. We would love to have you.
Oh, thank you. I have a couple more questions.
Please, yeah.
So, because we're a music academy, we make noise.
How much noise do you make? I mean, I guess we
haven't gotten any complaints here, but part of the reason is that their offices on this side, the lobby is what faces our walls, and so there's not, too much trouble there. Where they're actually doing their work and conducting their business is a little further away, so they don't really hear us as much. Next door, it's a restaurant, and so there's a lot of noise, and we don't have any issues. But I just wanted to.
So next to this space that I want to show you, it's the end of the building, so we don't have a tenant there. And on the other side, it's also a restaurant.
Okay.
Are you familiar with La Spada Subs?
Yeah.
It's next to La Spada Subs. They're jamming music all the time.
Okay.
I don't think we would have a problem.
Okay, great. Sounds good.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
The only other question is, do I have a limitation as to how many parking spots? Or is it like an open parking lot?
We have a very large parking lot.
Okay.
So, like I said, in one of my shopping centers, I wouldn't be able to put you in because I have a very tight lot. But in this situation, we're overparked.
Okay.
So, we have extra parking spaces. How long have you been here?
4 years now.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
And so you signed a 4-year lease or 5-year lease?
No, I was I came here right in the midst of COVID.
Okay.
And so I was just doing a year-to-year contract.
And how long has the business been? It seems like you've been in business longer than 4 years.
I have. We're going on our 17th year now.
17 years. That's amazing.
It is.
One of my sons is in entertainment.
Oh.
He had a piano teacher when he was 3 years old come out from the piano lesson and said, "Are you Alex's mom?" I said, "Yes." And she said, "This kid needs to be in acting. I'll continue to do piano, but you need to get him in acting." And now he's in LA.
That's a smart teacher.
Yes, exactly. So, well, it was a pleasure meeting you. Do you have a business card so that
I do.
Okay, and then I'll follow up and I'll see you Friday at 9:30. I'll send you the address.
Okay, great.
How exciting.
Yeah, very
All
nice.
right,
Thank
nice
you
to
so
meet you.
much.
How great was that? Her lease is coming up in November. She wants to double her space. Now, I might show her space and it might not work for her. The timing might not work. You can get an appointment out of a canvas. That's like the epitome of a good canvas. Hi.
Hey.
I own shopping centers in the area and I wanted to find out if you were thinking about expanding, relocating.
I'm not really the person you need to talk to. They're out. They're They're on vacation for a couple weeks.
Do you mind if I leave the flyer?
Sure.
This says where the properties I own. On the back is the map of them. I don't know. La Spada's next door. Have you ever eaten at? I own that property.
Oh, that's nice.
I own the one with Tower Deli.
All familiar, obviously. Perfect.
And Blaze Pizza. So how long have you guys been here?
Been here around a little over 20 years.
Wow, that's amazing. Have you ever heard? Are they happy?
Well, we've got some new landlords, so far we'll see how they go.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I'm Beth.
Andy.
And I'm the owner. So when they get back, maybe I'll stop back in again.
I'll let them know you called.
Do you have a business card, Andy?
Yeah, right there.
Okay, great. All right, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you. I hope you have a good day.
Thank you. Have a great summer.
Bye.
So he was not the guy. Again, you did not hear me try to convince him to talk. He opened up a little bit, but it's an in and out thing. 30 business cards, 3 hours. Hi.
Hello, how are you? Welcome to Kingswear.
Thank you. I own shopping centers in South Florida, and I love your store. Are you happening to look for any more locations?
Well, actually, we just moved into this
This
location.
is beautiful.
Thank you so much. It was a great opportunity. We found it, a landlord spectacular, and we went ahead and we just moved from inside the plaza to this one, and we're just happy as can be.
How long have you been in the plaza?
We've been in the plaza for 10 years now.
Wow.
10 years now. We've moved a couple of times.
Wow.
We've upgraded, so we've gone from 1,000 square feet to 2,000 square feet to 4,000 square feet, and here we are. We've been here since August.
Wow, that's amazing. So I'm a Florida State Seminole, so I am kind of breaking out in hives at this point.
That's all right. Well, the great news is we're not only about the Canes, we're about the Stanley Cup champion Panthers, Inter Miami, all the local South Florida teams.
And we're big Panther fans. We're huge Marlins fans.
Awesome. They're a great
And
team.
we're huge Heat fans.
Okay, awesome.
So, okay. So have you thought about expanding besides Davie?
Yeah, we've people come to us all the time and say, do you want to go ahead and move somewhere? We think like if the right opportunity came along, sure, we'd visit it and talk about it.
So I have a new property that I just bought down near the University of Miami campus.
Oh,
It's
awesome.
a mile south of Dadeland.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a West Marine that might be coming available in 18 months.
Okay.
What do you think about opening near the campus? Or
People always ask us if we would open by campus, we would do amazing for
Right.
the University of Miami, and
Right.
plus we carry all the teams. So,
right.
you know, we definitely, I'd be happy to take a look at it.
And it's 18 months from now, so you could get your bearings here, right? And you're-
Absolutely. You never know when an opportunity is going to walk in your door.
Yes, here I am.
There you go.
So here's the space. So if you want to hold this flyer.
Okay.
And again, West Marine is coming up in 18 months. We don't know if they're going to renew or not,
Mhm.
but it's double this size, but we could split it. We could give you
Okay.
4,000 or 5,000 square feet.
Okay.
So
now,
by the way, I'm Beth.
I'm Brett. Nice to meet you, Beth.
Okay,
A
nice
pleasure.
to meet you. And do you have a business card?
Sure, I do. I think I have one in my back pocket. There you go.
All right, great. All right, Brett, thank you so much, and congratulations on the new location.
Thank you so much. We
All right,
appreciate
all
it.
right. Bye,
Take
Brett.
care.
Thank you. So that was great. I have a potential property coming available near the UM campus, which he was interested in. Just moved into this location. So maybe when I have the opportunity 18 months down the line, I planted the seed. I gave him the flyer. This will be super important to follow up and not forget, so that when that space comes available, he's one of my first calls because I've already planted the seed. Because I look for so many properties, you never know, I could possibly own something in the next 2 years in his budget range. I'm going to email him, but it closes the loop, and then obviously he goes in my CRM. Either I find a property where the rents are in his range, or the market shifts and my current properties drop in rent. I hope that doesn't happen, but you never know. We're in a cyclical business. How do I come up with the questions I ask? You know, I've been doing this for 39 years, so there's no shtick. I have zero script. I hate scripts, because if you have a script, you will then not pay attention to what they're saying. You have to listen to what they're saying so that you can authentically answer their questions and then come up with new questions that are pertinent. And what I find when people have scripts, they miss all that. They miss really valuable stuff. Now, I understand 100% that when you're new, that's hard, and it's way easier to have a script. I get it. But 2 years in, 3 years in, or 1,000 hours in, you should be throwing those scripts in the garbage. Number one rule, walking in, never, ever, 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 ever asking for the owner, ever. Number one rule. Just going up to whoever's there, the gatekeeper, and saying, we have properties in the area, what are your expansion plans? That's an aspirational question. Everyone, I would believe, aspires to do more in business. And certainly when they opened their first location, they were thinking they were going to open more, many of them. Now, once they're open and they realize how crazy it is to be a small business owner, they may have decided after 3 or 4 years, I'm good with one. But in the beginning, they all want to open more. They aspire to open more. So when you walk in with the question, I have properties in the area, what are your expansion plans? I never get rebuffed by that, because they're all interested. Even the gatekeepers know, oh, this is about real estate, I should get my boss. That's how it works. I'm not there selling cable or solar. So that's number one. Number two is, even if they don't want to expand, they like getting the information on the rents, because they're going to have a renewal coming up. So if I can give them information about my rents, that is information that's valuable to them. So that's the start. You're interrupting them. I tell you all to go in and out. Like, do not try to convince anyone of anything. You're in and out in less than 5 minutes. If you can do that, that respects their time. They get upset when you're interrupting their day. So don't interrupt their day longer than 5 minutes. I own shopping centers. I rep shopping centers. Do you have plans to expand? No, you don't? Okay, thank you. May I leave a flyer in case you change your mind, or in case you know of someone? So once you have some dialogue, where do I come up with the questions? My job is to find out, Are they happy with their location? Are they happy with their size? Are they happy with their rent? Are they happy with their landlord? These are all questions, and there's very many different ways to ask these questions. The best way to do it is to ask one question, stop, listen to the answer, and their answer should lead us. If you're new, keep 4 or 5 questions in your portfolio, buy your flyers that you know that you want to ask them. So instead of saying, when's your lease up? Because I think that sometimes people are offended by that, or they think, well, that's none of your business. I say, how long have you been here? If they say 4.5 years, I'm thinking they have a 5-year lease. And maybe eventually, if we get serious and we start talking details, I'll get there. But I don't need to go right to the, look, when's your lease up? Like, it's really none of my business. And that's what they're thinking. So I don't want to get them agitated. Just how long have you been here? 10 years. That's amazing. So, you know, is your lease coming up soon? That's a way easier question than when's your lease up. But I want to know if they opened last month. Well, I don't, unless they are a chain, right? Now, sometimes if I walk in and they are a franchise, one of my questions is, so you are a stretch zone franchise? Yes. Awesome. Congratulations on that. Are you committed to multiple in the market, multiple franchise locations in the market? Because many are. Many of the franchisees sign for 3 to 5 to 7 locations. So are you responsible to open more? Yes. Do you have a time frame for that? So yes, I have to open 3 in the next 5 years. Okay, great. Any specific submarkets that you're looking in? Yes, I need Davie. Oh, great. I own shopping centers in Davie. When will you be looking to do that? Oh, I need to do that within 18 months. Awesome. I'd love to talk to you about that in my property. So please don't do the scripts. Please don't, go for the juggler and say, when is your lease up? Ask roundabout questions. Sometimes I get people to tell me what their sales are. How do I do that? And again, this is not the first, second, or third question. This is maybe the 10th question in the dialogue. So do you do about 30,000 a month here? I throw out a number. They'll say, I don't do anywhere near that. Or they'll say, oh, I do more than that. Now I have a guide. It's just dialogue. The goal of canvassing is never to make a deal that day. I've been doing this for 39 years. I've never done a deal the day I've canvassed the tenant. The goal is to get information and create dialogue. If you can do that, it's been a successful day. Hi.
Hi, how can I help you?
I own shopping centers in the area, and I was wanting to know if you wanted to expand or if you were happy with your current situation here.
I'm a bit busy right now, and whatever you're trying to sell, I'm really not interested.
Okay.
Where's the shopping centers?
Do you know where Las Spadas is in Mission Barbecue?
And University?
Yeah.
No way we're going to afford that type of storefront rent or lease.
How many square feet would you use? I'm Beth, by the way.
Ben?
Ben? Okay.
This is 1,000, so if anything, we're looking for about double it.
So 2,000 square feet. So the rent would be for you, how many rooms would it be? Would you want rooms or wide open?
Open space is what we're looking.
And it's physical therapy?
Physical therapy, kind of like a gym setting, strength and conditioning.
So 2,000 square feet would probably be about 10,000 a month plus tax.
It's 2,500 here. That'd be way too much.
Wow. It's 2,500 in this space, so if you doubled it, it would be 5,000.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I would love to have your use. If you had more square footage, could you afford more?
Not 3-4 times more. Yeah, it's too much.
What would be the top you could pay, do you think, in
Double.
2,000 square feet?
Double.
So 5,000.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't do that right now, but real estate's cyclical. It goes up and down. When's your lease up?
I have April 2026, and then I have a 3-year renewal option after that.
Okay, so do you mind if I reach back out if my rates change?
Yeah, they change, for sure. So you could take a card right there.
And you're Ben.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm Beth, and like I said, I'm the owner of the plazas, no middleman, and I like to make deals. I would love your use. How many people do you have that come in here on a daily basis?
Usually like 12 to 15 people per day.
So I like that. I like that traffic coming into my properties. And they don't all come in at once, so they don't hurt my parking.
Right, it's like every hour.
And how long have you been here?
About 10 years now.
So you're a solid guy.
Yeah, but I need to keep the low overhead. That's what helps me succeed.
So I'm buying properties all the time. I may buy a property that I could do cheaper rents.
Yeah, if you can find something double the size for the 5,000-6,000 range, I would definitely be interested.
And what about the geographic parameters? Does it have to be in Davie?
I like it to be within like 5-mile radius of here. So I have a lot of clients from Nova, people get off the highway, 75, Weston.
I'm looking at something in Cooper City.
I could be interested.
The rents are a little cheaper there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, keep me posted.
I'm sorry, I know I interrupted your day, but I thank you, Ben, Beth,
Okay.
and my information. This is my information.
Thank you.
And if you know of anyone else looking for space, let me know.
Will do.
Thank you, Ben. Nice meeting you.
Okay. Bye.
So, great conversation. My property's too expensive. There's no way I can go from 9,000 to 5,000, but great information. And maybe I'll buy a shopping center in the next couple months. He gave us the end of his lease term. I know when it is. I'll put it in my CRM. I've got his contact information. I like that he was a little stern with me, right? Like, whatever you're selling, I'm not interested. I'm waiting for a client. Great. He's a serious businessman, gave me information, told me his budget. You couldn't ask for a better canvas.
Hi, how are you?
I own shopping centers in the area and wanted to find out if you were happy with your location, looking to expand.
Oh, I'm sorry, not at this time.
Okay, all right, thank you. Do you mind if I leave this in case you know of someone that might want some space?
Sure, no problem.
Perfect, thank you. Do you have a business card by chance?
Oh, I'm all out right
Okay,
now.
no problem. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you. Take care.
She was busy on her laptop, really didn't want to speak. I'm not there hanging out trying to convince her. So short and sweet, get out. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well. How can I help you?
I own shopping centers in the area, and I was wondering if you were happy with your space, looking for a different
I've been here a
situation.
long time. I kind of like the space.
You've been here a long time,
I've
right?
been here over 24 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, I mean, I am kind of happy. I'm comfortable. The area knows me. The local police and fire know me and everything. So
How's the parking?
parking used to be good. Now it's mediocre. Depends what time of the day. In the morning, it's fine. In the late afternoon, it's fine. In the middle of the day, it could be better.
Yeah,
But overall, yeah, no,
you're good.
I'm comfortable here. Been a long time.
So I'm Beth. I own where Las Spadas is and
Okay, I'm familiar with those shopping
so
centers.
if I can leave you a flyer in case maybe you know someone that might stop in.
That's a possibility.
You know a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I've got some vacancies.
I'd be happy to recommend, people to give you at least a shout.
That'd be great.
What kind of rents are you looking at?
50 per square foot,
50.
a little high.
50, yeah, that's a little, I mean, I'm not quite at there.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean people I know might not be interested.
Yeah, exactly. I'd appreciate if you can just tell them I've got a couple
Look, you
vacancies.
want, I'm more than happy to
Awesome.
at least recommend you.
Thank
That's
you.
all I can say.
Nice meeting you. And you're
Same here.
Andy,
My name is Andy.
and I'm Beth.
Have a great afternoon.
You
Thank
too. Happy
Bye-bye.
holidays. So he wasn't interested, but he was very open to taking the flyer and maybe sharing it with some clients. Again, we want to distribute the 30 flyers. You would not believe how many times people say they're not interested. I leave the flyer, and 2 weeks later I get a call. So leave the flyer, because maybe they're not the owner. Maybe they're saying they're the owner, and then the owner sees the flyer, and then you get the call. Leave the flyer.
Hi, how you doing? Welcome to Kansville.
Thank you.
Can I help you with anything today?
So I own shopping centers in the area and also in South Florida. I was wondering if you wanted to open more locations.
Well, we just moved here, so really, we're not really looking for anything else right now.
Okay. Do you mind if I leave you a flyer with my properties in case in the future?
Sure, you can leave it probably, but I don't think it's going to be something that we're interested in right now. But if
Okay.
you want to leave it, that's fine.
Okay. Well, you never know. You might know someone.
Never know.
My name's Beth.
All right, Beth.
Your name?
I'm Brett.
Okay. Do you have a business card, Brett?
I don't have one right now.
Okay. All right. Well, thank
All
you
right.
so much. So he wasn't interested. He didn't really want to take the flyer. You didn't see me try to convince him. You get in and out. Bing, bang, boom. Preaching about canvassing for 20 years. And my students have, unless they've gone with me, which, I've had thousands of people go with me canvassing, and that's been fabulous. But there's 20,000 people in the industry that haven't had the opportunity to go with me. And they're always asking me, do videos on canvassing. To answer the question that I've been getting asked forever, please do canvassing videos. Canvassing is important. I've lived my life preaching about it, and I hope these videos help because I really want you to do more of it. And I think you'll make more money and you'll fill more space. Go canvassing.